Are you looking for a podcast about the philosophy of happiness?
Well, then you must be thinking of another podcast. Oh!
Good evening, Kelsey.
Good evening, Robert.
How are you?
I'm awesome.
Oh, man. It's just, I'm ready for it to quit being hot.
I mean, it's about to quit being hot. It's, as of the date that this podcast is airing, I'm sure it will not be hot anymore.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be getting cool from now on, but, like, I gotta tell you a quick update. You've had your fair share of crosses with different ways the body reacts to things.
Okay, yeah.
Taylor goes, "Do you have a heat rash?"
Oh my
and
god.
Like, I don't even fucking know what that is. I was like, what does that mean? And so she looked it up, and I guess it's when, like, your pores get clogged.
Uh-huh.
And so, like, when you get hot, the sweat can't get out.
Yeah, and your pores are just like, I need to sweat.
Yeah, so I'm guessing it's just boiling underneath the skin.
That's just the fucking worst
Or something.
description I've ever heard of it.
Well, that's what I take it as. Well, so, you know, I've been watching some Extra Dogs lately, right?
Yeah.
And it's fucking hot. So I've been going out in like a muscle shirt with no sleeves and stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
So I
Show the
honestly thought I was a little sunburned.
Yeah.
But it's in like the weirdest spots, and she looks it up and is like asking me these weird questions, and I'm like, "Why do you know what this feels like?" She's like, "You got fucking heat rash." And I was like, "I've never had this before. What is wrong with me?" So what? I get like a little older, and it's like, well, let's just give you something your body's never reacted to in that way before, but now you do.
We're just gonna add something on the pile every couple of months. You're gonna get something on the pile until you die underneath the pile.
I hate it. It's awful because, like, I really thought I was sunburned.
Nope,
but
that's heat rash.
I've never heard of heat rash. Not gonna lie.
Man,
like, I live in Texas. I guess I should know because
Yeah.
it's hot. But maybe I never went outside enough to get heat rash. I don't know.
maybe. Yeah, when I was going through like my hive problem, doctors were like, maybe it's heat rash. I'm like, it's not heat rash. It happens when I'm not hot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am familiar with heat rash because I have looked it up and
Okay.
been told that I have it.
Well,
irrationally.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
No, it sucks. I have a quick update for you.
Okay.
Because you had asked me about the Harley Quinn show,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And if Ivy and Harley were going to get together.
Yeah, do you have an update on that?
Okay. I am, like, literally 4 to 5 shows away from being done with the second season.
Uh-huh.
It still has not happened.
Man.
So that must be like a finale, you know?
Okay.
All right, so actually, it's kind of false. It's like being hinted at now.
Okay.
Like, it's starting to kind of start swinging that way, but
The romance is blossoming.
yeah, it's like not a thing as of right now. Like, really and truly, not a thing. But it could be. We're starting to see the little buds of love blossoming.
Will they, won't they? We'll never know.
So when I get done with that show, I will let you know.
Okay.
But I was like, these have to be fan arts, because I'm like halfway through season 2, and there's something that clearly tells me that's not gonna happen. And then one episode, everything kind of turned, but then it was like, well, that was nothing. And it's like, oh, it's gonna be something.
Maybe it's
Oh,
something.
it's gonna be something. And ooh, one more thing.
Okay.
Because I don't know, I was feeding the dogs last night, and okay, so real quick, with your cats,
Yes.
can you just put food down and walk away?
Yeah, cats have like a regulator where they're not gonna eat if they're not hungry for the most part.
Yeah, because Toast picks like off and on all day.
Yeah.
Okay.
You put food down in front of a dog, however.
Well, see, Jinx won't eat until I tell her she's a good girl, and then I give her a pet.
Really? So you can like
Yeah.
put food down and she'll ignore it until you give her the okay?
Yeah, she'll just like sit there and be like, dude, Hey,
Fucking give me my good girl pets.
aren't I beautiful?
Am I not perfect?
So, like, I have to put it down, and then she jumps up in my, like, she, like, jumps up on me, and I go, you just do sweet baby, I love you. And I give her a kiss, and then she eats.
Okay.
Right? Well, so, the two dogs that I'm watching, if I walk out of the kitchen where I put their food down, they walk out of the kitchen and go like, dude, where are you going? Where are you going? I need you here. I don't know what to do.
You have to sit there and watch them eat?
Yeah, so, well, okay, Bindi did the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, Bindi, if I put the food down, she was like, where are you going? We're in this together now.
We're food buddies. You can't leave me here.
Yeah, so I keep finding different YouTube things to watch as I stand there and watch them eat. And they put out a new James Bond trailer that I have to link because it's fucking awesome.
Yes, you showed me this trailer earlier today, and I was like, oh my god.
Well, I did for one reason.
Okay.
It wasn't because of James Bond. I totally forgot that your Knives Out femme fatale,
yes,
Ana de Armas, was the Bond girl for this movie.
I had no idea. She is so beautiful in that long dress with that long slit, kicking ass, taking names,
Kicking that ass.
just fucking destroying the grunts.
So I showed that to Taylor, and she's like, you know they had fun together on Knives Out for them to be in James Bond together now.
Oh man, I forgot that was him in Knives Out.
Yeah.
God, it's so easy to forget when he puts on that accent.
I know. Oh my god. So this is officially Daniel Craig's last movie.
What? He's not going to do movies anymore?
Well, James Bond movie. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Jesus.
Because
My heart
he's supposed to have a whole like Kentucky Fried Chicken
Yeah. Like
detective
Kentucky Fried
man
Lawyer,
like,
dude.
like line, yeah.
Yes.
Like he's got a whole new series to move on to, okay?
Knives Out, Knives In, Knives Through, Knives
But
Of.
He's finished with James Bond.
Man,
like-
I didn't know that.
Nobody anymore really goes past about 4 or 5.
Huh.
Like
Who
they're
was
hard
the,
movies to make.
Who was the last James Bond?
Pierce
Liam
Brosnan.
Neeson?
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan.
And he did 5. So, hey, hang on. Goldeneye, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Not Enough, Die Another Day, 4. He only did 4.
I should watch the Bond movies.
See, I was just thinking that. You said that on a pod. Was that in, like, our anniversary one?
I think it
Or,
was
like, when we did the year-end stuff?
something like that. Yeah, it was around the time that COVID had started. I was like, I'm going to have a lot of
Yeah.
time. I should watch the Bond movies, and I have not yet watched a Bond movie, so...
I think you should start with, like, a newer one to see if you'll like where it's gonna go, you know?
Okay, yeah. Just watch, like, all the current ones.
I mean, the old ones are from their time, you know? Like,
Yeah.
they're definitely an older movie, and a lot of people kind of jump on him now for being a little, like, misogynistic and stuff.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's James Bond, the ladies' man, you know?
Gotta get the
That's-
ladies.
Yeah, that's like what he was known for back then.
Damsels in distress, etc., etc.
Yeah. So I feel like, I would watch the Pierce Brosnan ones, because
Okay.
they're modern enough, you know?
Yeah.
Because I would like for you to save Daniel Craig for the end, because he is my favorite James Bond.
Hands down?
I mean, hands down. Like, Sean Connery, second. Dead second. Like, hard stop. The world will fight me for that. But when Skyfall came out, immediately shift. I mean, I did love Casino Royale a lot.
I know
saw it
you
in the
did.
theater like 5 times. I was like, all right, he's not so bad, right? But I
Yeah.
was like, Sean Connery all the way. Fantastic.
Okay.
Then Quantum of Solace happened. Hated that movie. Did not like that movie. Then Skyfall came out, and I was like, he is James Bond. He is the James Bond to beat.
So, if God damn it. I was going to say Craig T. Nelson. That's not right. If Daniel Craig...
Man, if Craig T. Nelson, if Coach, if old Coach was James Bond, oh, yeah.
So once Craig T. Nelson is done with his Bondery, who do you want in the Bond seat next?
Honestly, I'm ready to give it that big change that people have talked about.
Yeah.
And I would love to see Idris Elba do
Yes.
it if he should choose to do it.
I want that so bad.
But at the same time, it was kind of rumored that Moneypenny, the secretary, the lady that's in these movies, might take it over. And I would kind of be cool with a lady Bond.
That would be cool too. Yeah, they need to switch it up. I mean,
yeah,
it's been a good run for the white men. I think it's time for another.
I mean, you don't even need to have it be like the next 4 or 5. It can just be like the next one.
Sure.
Give us a one-off or something.
Or a whole damn series. I would watch a whole damn series.
I know that people are going to be resilient to change, you know, but I think, I mean, I've said it a million times before, like, Into the Spider-Verse showed us, like, it doesn't have to be the one person.
Yeah.
I mean, James Bond itself is not one guy. There's been, like, 6 people that have played him, and we always take it, you know?
Right.
So what would be the difference to have a suave-ass Idris Elba walk in there? Because, I mean, man,
we saw him in Cats. He was so good in Cats.
Maybe.
That svelte, furry torso.
You know, I saw a meme that I meant to send you. I don't remember if I did, but it was like, I just want you to take a look at this graph. If you look at this graph, there's December 2019. Cats comes out, and the next thing you know, the year just falls apart. 2020.
It's true. Maybe Cats is a harbinger of death.
If you like James Bond, fucking watch this trailer. It was so good. I'm so hype.
Even if you don't like James Bond, watch the trailer. I enjoyed it a lot. This makes me want to watch James Bond movies.
I have a very unpopular thing to say to you, but I have to say it to you.
Okay.
It comes out in November.
Yes.
Oh, I think I'm going to the theater.
You better not go to the theater, man.
Oh, I think I'm going to the theater.
You've got to be so safe. Wear a garbage bag.
You know what I wear to James Bond on opening night.
I know, but you wear the James Bond at opening night. Wear a mask.
I wear a tuxedo, people.
Wear a tuxedo mask, please.
Oh. I was going to tell you, no mask. James Bond don't wear no mask.
Oh my god, yes he does.
You just made it kind of cool. No, a tuxedo mask, that's perfect. Can you imagine? Okay, hang on. I'm going to wear a tux.
Okay.
With a tuxedo shirt.
Oh my god.
And my tuxedo mask.
Jesus.
I will be the ultimate of fancy. I needed that. That was good. I gotta crack this.
Oh yeah, good idea. Woo.
Yeah, I can't be like just cracking it like that last one.
Irresponsible cracking. So have you seen the news regarding the next gen consoles?
For which one?
So this is not going to be news by the time this airs because we're recording this one a little bit early, but there was a tweet that happened today, September 8th, that Xbox has released... They're releasing something called Xbox Series X in the smallest Xbox ever. So it's this itty-bitty little Xbox, and it's $299. And it comes with Game Pass, so you get like a shitload of games in there and new releases. So I'm wondering, what are they doing here? So what makes this little tiny Xbox with Game Pass different from the other Xbox that they're releasing?
Okay, so they actually put out a trailer too.
Okay, I didn't see the trailer.
Because they like show it off. It's kind of ugly. It's a just white box and a giant black circle on top where I guess the fan's supposed to be.
Okay.
That's hideous.
I mean, I think it's kind of cute.
It's weird.
I like black and white electronics.
They're choosing some weird designs this generation of consoles.
I'm watching the trailer now. It's like rising up out of milk. That makes me uncomfortable. Arise from the milk.
So this is the Xbox Series S.
Yes.
Okay. So
Series small.
Their new naming convention is S and X.
Okay.
Right? So even with the old ones, there was the Xbox One S, which is like the low grade one, and then the Xbox One X, which was the big beefy one, right?
Okay.
So the deal with this is, let's say the new console is going to be like $500.
Yeah.
Right?
At least. I think it's probably going to end up $699 is the price point that I have seen rumored.
Man, they could never swing it. You kidding
Yeah,
me?
that's too much.
PlayStation did that, and everybody hated them. So the deal with this one is it's supposed to be a more accessible way to get into the next generation.
Okay.
So it's like barely more powerful than the Xbox One X that exists now. So it's not like a huge generational leap. It's not the next console per se.
Okay.
It's a trimmed down model. It's like a little better than the one that's out today.
I mean, you can play 1440p at up to 120 FPS, so that it's got the ray tracing.
Yeah. So like it does the things, but like this is in no way going to be a 4K console.
It says 4K streaming media playback and 4K upscaling for games.
Yeah, so you can watch like Netflix in 4K.
Okay.
You know,
but you're not going to be able to
might,
like play stuff in 4K.
Not like natively.
Okay.
So like if I put in Red Dead Redemption 2 to an Xbox One X today, it plays in 4K.
Because it's an older game?
Well, no, like Red Dead Redemption 2, the like new one that just came out like a year ago.
Okay.
It plays in 4K. If I were to put that same game in this new Xbox One S, it can't even get to 4K.
Okay.
So it's trimmed down. It's not as powerful in some respects, but then it has extra bells and whistles that the current thing doesn't have. Because they actually quit making the Xbox One X right now. Like, they've already taken it off the market like a couple months ago because this is effectively replacing that.
Wow, okay.
If you want like the true next generation, like that Hellblade trailer that we saw, and we were like, that's a real fucking human.
Yes.
This one won't do that.
Okay.
That's not what this one's for. This is for, hey, it's a cheaper version. It still looks pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But you also get Game Pass, so let's get you hooked on that so that you're willing to pay for that month to month. And then it doesn't feel like you're buying $60 games for your kids all the time, and we get you into the ecosystem.
That actually is really cool of Xbox to do. Like, that's going to help a lot of less privileged families afford a console.
Well, that was the whole point of the Stadia as well, and that was a complete flop.
It was.
I mean, it's cool. That is a big deal, because people can't just drop $400, $500 every... I mean, it's going to be Christmas in, what, like 3 months?
Yeah, very soon.
Someone's sitting there going, man, I got to try to come up with $500 for my kid. And they go, oh, well, here's like something that's half that price? Okay.
Can do.
You know? So
how is Sony going to respond to this, you think?
They aren't going to do a lower powered one.
Yeah.
So the big deal with the S was that it was also going to be digital only. So if you notice, there's no disc drive.
Yeah.
So when you buy this, you're doing Game Pass, you're downloading games exclusively, which you say is good, but what about the people that don't have unlimited internet at home?
Yeah, that's true.
Now I want to download Call of Duty to play this month. It's 120 gigs, and I only am allowed 100 gigs a month.
Right.
So I can't even have one game a month if they're a big game, you know?
Yeah, that could be tougher.
So there's pros and cons to both. But Sony has already announced their digital only one, which was just as big a beast as the one with the disc console. So I like this S because it is so small.
Yeah.
And it's the box like I prefer my consoles to look like.
Yes, it's not like a refrigerator shape.
Mm-hmm. But being a big gamer, I would want the bigger one.
Yeah.
I would want the legit one.
Right.
You know?
I mean, as a man with a paycheck, you are you are able to do that.
Yeah, I have adult money.
Exactly.
So, I think it's cool. I don't think it's as groundbreaking as I guess the rest of the world is making it out to be. I'm just like, well, I mean, it's a lesser console. We already had those. Xbox has already had that.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the Xbox One X and the S that exist right now, and it's not like they're selling like hotcakes, you know?
Okay.
Like, everyone thinks because it's at this price point that maybe that's what's going to make the difference.
Yeah, that's my thinking. Like, that's what stood out to me about it.
I mean, Game Pass is cool, and I'm glad that I have it.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly don't think I'm going to pay for it once my, like, year-long free trial thing is gone.
Oh, really?
Probably not. because even with it now, I don't play enough games on it to warrant a monthly fee.
Okay.
Like I play games on it every now and then.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's out, cool, and then I play it. But I don't even play a game like one a month even.
And I make a point to, like, whenever I have a subscription to shit like this, I make it a point to go out and look and, like, try to make use of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get Hulu just to have Hulu sit on my TV unused. I go in there, I'm like, what shows are on here that are not anywhere else that I can watch?
Yeah, I don't do that.
You should do that.
We had Hulu so that Taylor could watch This Is Us. Mm-hmm. Because we don't have TV.
Right.
And she watches This Is Us, and then, like, we'd pop in it from time to time for shows. But it's definitely, like, our least used one. We do not care for that one.
Yeah, we don't use a lot of Hulu either, actually. It's mostly Netflix in this household. Netflix and Disney Plus.
I mean, even Disney Plus is down there. Like, it was big when it first came out. And, like, when The Mandalorian was going on. Mm-hmm. But I can't remember the last time we watched anything on there.
You should watch Clone Wars.
It's usually Netflix. Maybe one day. I mean, Sean's only been trying to get me to watch it for like 10 years since it's been out, so...
I didn't think it was going to be good, but now that I'm, like, deep into it, man, it's some hot shit.
I mean, honestly, I think Taylor's a bigger Star Wars fan than I am.
Really?
And she had never seen them until right before the last movie came out.
Yeah.
She went and saw The Force Awakens and Last Jedi and stuff, but when this one came out, I was like, well, let's watch all of them, and then you know why this is such a big deal that it's ending, you know?
Yeah.
And she couldn't stop. She was like, well, let's do the next one. I'm like, well, I don't like the next one. I want to watch Attack of the Clones. Yeah, I really think she likes it more, so maybe she would be more apt to jump on that show.
Yeah, I think that she would love it.
But once you do that, then you got to watch Rogues?
Yeah.
Whatever it's called? Yeah. Supposedly, it's just as good.
Man, so much shit to watch.
And that's why I can't ever decide on something to watch, so I just don't watch them.
This is too many.
Yeah, there's too many, and I can't sit there for too long.
Well, good news. We may not have too long left, according to conspiracy theorists out there.
Oh, man. Okay.
Have you seen this resurfacing?
So, I saw something about this early in 2020, kind of right when, like, Corona started.
Yeah, so I feel like whenever something big happens in the news, like whenever there's a potential for perhaps a war or a new virus that's killing everybody in the world, but they look for any excuse. These conspiracy theorists come out and they're like, the world is ending, the Mayans failed to predict it, it's actually December 21st 2020 now. So
I love how it always gets pushed out a year.
I
every
know
year.
they're like, oh, they were 8 years off. Well, it's gonna happen for sure this year.
Well, I'd seen something that, like, because when they base their calendars, the stars were in a different position. And because time's gone by, they're just moved. So, we read it wrong. But if you apply it to where it is, or where it should have been then, you know.
Yeah, so there's a thing that they're using to kind of perpetuate this rumor. So there's something called the Great Conjunction, which I love, is happening on December 21st, 2020. Okay. It's when Jupiter and Saturn are coming really, really close together in the sky. So they're going to be within 0.1 degrees of one another. And apparently it's going to create, like, it will almost look like one star, and it's going to be the brightest star in the skies since the Star of Bethlehem, under which our Lord and Savior baby Jesus was born. So people are saying that this is the closest Jupiter and Saturn have been since 1623, and that it won't happen again for another 500 years. But that is falsities, because this happens every 20 years, because it's extremely reliable. And it's just one of those things that stars do, you know? It's something that's going to happen. And
I thought you were about to tell me it was like the stars were going to align Hercules style and the Titans were going to come out and
I fucking
fuck
wish.
Everything up.
God, punch me into the ground, Titans. So it's also happening on the winter solstice. So everyone is like, this is it. A confluence of events. It's happening. God. So we'll bid farewell to you all on December 21st, 2020. It's been fun.
Yep, we'll just do a live stream and Watch everybody fade
countdown
away.
until the end of the road, until the rapture. Please take
Yeah.
me on your spaceship. God. But before we get raptured up, there's another thing that's been happening in the news. So, have you heard about what Jelly Belly is doing?
I have not.
Okay.
Probably because I don't like Jelly Bellies.
I mean, Jelly Bellies are all right. I don't seek them out,
okay.
but I'll eat them.
Okay.
So, the founder of Jelly Belly is hosting a series of like treasure hunts around the country. So
he's going full Willy Wonka.
That's essentially what's kind of happening.
Okay.
There's a thing where it's called thegoldticket.com. And
Well, okay.
which is fucking amazing, honestly. How is that website not snatched up?
Yeah.
But so they're releasing a different riddle per state, and in each state is hidden a necklace. Like it's a golden ticket in the form of a necklace, and they're just like hiding it in places around the world that they quote unquote feel have an interesting story. Which I don't that could be anywhere, I guess. They're releasing clues for each state, and the first one is going to be for Georgia. They're releasing that clue on September 30th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So is it just like out in the wild? Like, is this kind of like your geocaching thing? That's what I'm assuming. I'm not positive how this is going to work. So it looks like pretty much every week or so they're going to be releasing a new riddle for each state. Texas, unfortunately, is not on the list of states yet, but I kind of want to participate when it happens, seeing how these other states go, I guess. So you have to pay $50 in order to actually get the riddle.
Okay.
I'm kind of wondering if somebody is going to just post it.
You're not going to tell me. Someone's just going to pay $50 and go, here you guys go. Boom.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if I was paying it, I would not release it. So you're purchasing a golden ticket. Like you're purchasing a fucking a riddle to find this treasure. It's a $50 clue. The treasure is valued at $5,000.
Okay.
So I guess it's a bit of a, it's a.
So this has nothing to really do with like getting any candy. It's like, hey, we're just putting money out in the world, and you got to pay us to go find it.
But here's another thing. So there's also, the biggest and best part of these treasure hunts. This is from David Klein, who is the founder of Jelly Belly. He says, the biggest and best part of these treasure hunts is that anyone who joins at least one treasure hunt will be eligible to search for the ultimate treasure, all caps, which will be the key to one of his candy factories and an all expenses paid trip and education to a candy making university.
Do you want to be a candy maker?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you get a free fucking factory and free education on making candy, that's cool as hell. But the funniest part about this whole thing is that Jelly Belly is not sponsoring this guy. They're like, we didn't authorize this. So I am not sure if this is actually going to be...
But wait. So he founded it. It's his company and candy, but the company's like, dude, he's acting on his own, though.
That's exactly it.
The owner's gone wild.
Yes. So Jelly Belly is like, this isn't happening, and David Klein is like, oh, it's fucking happening.
So PR's just back there like, is he for real? Did he tell anybody? Cheryl, what do you know?
He told every news outlet.
And they're like, dude, I thought he was joking.
He sounds a little unhinged. I don't know what's happening. So each treasure hunt is valued at $5,000, and only 1,000 people can participate in each one. So like the first 1,000 people to buy the ticket, that's it.
No, Kelsey, 100%, you're right. It's going to be one person buys it, releases it, and it's going to be like a mass like exodus of people clawing over each other for this final prize wherever it's going to be.
It's like that scene in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory when they're all in the candy store. He's got the golden ticket.
Yeah.
It's going to be like that, but on a national scale.
Oh my god, I'm kind of scared.
I'm kind of scared too, but I can't wait.
Oh man.
All this amongst COVID, like I I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm very excited.
That's why I thought you were going to be against it. Like, people are just going to be out in the wild trying to get their grubby hands on something that's been sitting outside all this time.
It could be literally anywhere.
If it's even outside. Like, is it just
Where
like,
is
hey,
it going to be?
I climbed on this company's roof and they didn't notice, and I just dropped off this priceless ruby. Get it.
I'm so excited. The logo on thegoldticket.com is like this dude in a cowboy hat and a gold convertible, and there's just like coins and candy flying out the back of the convertible.
I just can't wait to know what the prizes are.
I mean, the price is going to be $5,000, and
no,
the potential
it's valued at $5,000. So,
oh, you're right. To find a treasure valued at $5,000. Okay, so
yeah. So is it like, hey, you're gonna walk into this trash factory, and there's gonna be thousands of bags of jelly beans worth $5,000. It's $5,000 of jelly beans, and it's all yours. You know,
it says that they're leaving gold style tickets in the form of necklaces. So they're just leaving necklaces out in the wild? How do you know when you find the one? How do you know that that's going to be your golden ticket?
That's what I'm saying. And
I
then
need
I'm
to
like,
know more about this.
So, like, if he leaves it on, like, a rooftop, some bird's going to be like, that's shiny, and just grab it.
This is bizarre.
This has bad implications here.
I know.
I'm excited now, though.
Yeah, I'm probably going to buy a golden ticket when it happens.
You have fun with that. I would like to know what you find out.
Yeah, it's fucking wild, dude.
Well, shall we get into our main topic for the evening?
Yes, please.
So, you told me the other day that you were currently doing a project at work.
Yes.
And it is kicking your ass.
Yes. So,
explain.
Sometimes at work, I help build databases in Microsoft Access, and...
Dude, Access is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It can be so cool, but it is so intricate.
It's a cruel mistress. So the things you can do with Access are limited only by your knowledge. And
yeah.
I have helped create this like beautiful database, and it was working so well. And we've been kind of in beta testing for it this last week. So
okay.
I have it downloaded to my desktop, and everything seems to be working fine, but it's running a little bit slow. And so I go check the size of the database, and it's 500,000 kilobytes. And I'm like, that doesn't seem huge, but I have no frame of reference for it. So I go to like our previous files on that same database, and I was like, oh, it's supposed to be 82,000 kilobytes. Well, I wonder why this is happening. And so I just keep using the database throughout the day to make sure nothing else is happening with it that seems weird. And I'm like, well, it's just getting slower, but I can't figure out what's going on with it other than it's getting slower. So I close out of it for the day, and I look at the size of it again just for kicks, and it has grown 1.2 million kilobytes.
Is it just duplicating data?
I don't know. And so I go back into it the next day, and I'm like, I'm going to figure this out. And I'd be clicking around and stuff, and it just gets slower and slower and slower with every click.
Which makes it even worse.
It's making it so bad. And then I was in a meeting with like my whole team and my boss, and she just casually asked for an update on the database. And I was like, well, I've lost control of it entirely. It continues to grow exponentially every time I click on anything at all. And
it has a mind of its own.
I'm completely lost on what's happening. It's the most frustrating and ridiculous problem, and I cannot fix it. I'm trying so hard. We've tried Googling everything, and we've tried everything in the Google, and nothing so far is working.
I was going to say, when I have a computer problem, so when I was at my job, if anybody ever had a computer problem, they always just came to me, because I knew the answer to everything.
Is it because you know how to Google it?
Yeah, because I would Google it.
Yes, that's all you have to do.
That's all you have to do.
People like 35 and older don't get it. Like, you can just Google it, and Google will help you.
Like, I want you to try something. I would like for you to hit Windows, Control, and C on your computer.
Is it going to ruin things?
No, it's not going to ruin things.
Okay, Windows, Control, C.
Did anything happen?
No.
Oh, man. See, that was something that I found out. Like, it doesn't seem to work on every computer.
Okay.
So apparently one day, coming to work, and one of the ladies goes, Robert, I don't know what is going on, but everything is black and white. And I was like, huh? And I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was all the cables, looking through all the stuff, and I was at a loss for words. It's like, I don't know what you could have possibly typed into this computer that now it's black and white only.
That's fucking wild.
Disappear, go back to my desk, and I go, hey, press these 3 buttons, and everything just turns back to color. So when you do Windows Control C, see, it didn't do it for me either. I think you have to like set something first, but it changes the color from black and white back to color, and you can just keep doing it again and again and again.
That's nuts.
But like, that's kind of why I'm so scared of computers. There's so many things that they can do. How can you know everything?
It's an infinite font.
Like, God. Too much.
So do you have like smart objects in your home?
Yes, I have one.
What do you have?
A Google Home.
Okay, well, do you
Google
have, like,
Home Mini, actually.
Yeah, like the little dot guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got some of those. Do you have like smart light bulbs and stuff where you can tell her to turn shit on and off?
Yes.
Those fucking elude me. I don't... We've talked about it before on the podcast. They don't recognize me, and sometimes they don't perform the way I need them to perform.
Did I ever tell you about... Okay, so in case you didn't know, this topic is things that no matter how we try to solve them, we can never find a fix.
Yeah.
Just shit breaks. That's how it was when I got my Xbox One. The old ones had a Kinect that came with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you could be like, Xbox, turn on. Xbox, turn off. Xbox, turn this game on. And just talk to it, right?
Yeah.
I was so grateful when I upgraded my Xbox One to the new version that had no plug-in for it, because it never listened to me once.
Is Kinect the one where it was in Paranormal Activity?
Yes. With all the green dots and stuff.
I could not use the Kinect after watching that movie. I was like, we're unplugging it. What if we have ghosts?
No. Taylor would just walk in and go, hi, Xbox. And it would come on and go, hello, Taylor. How are you today? What you want to do? And it was so nice to her. And I'd be like, Xbox, could you please turn on? Xbox, please. Hey,
just
please.
Sits there in silence, laughing at you silently.
Just turn on Xbox. Oh, and I would be screaming. And then Taylor would just go, Xbox on. And would go, bloop, and just turn on. I never knew what was wrong. I never figured it out. I just unplugged that shit. I said, get the fuck out of here.
I think electronics in any given home will pick one person to glom onto. And they're like, that's the one that I like. I will obey this person and this person only.
Because, see, it's kind of how it is with the Google Home Mini. It likes me. I'm the main guy.
I think it's just because, like, it has voice recognition, right? Maybe that's what's happening.
But see, when we first got it, it was super smart about it. So Taylor had it set to speak to her in Australian.
What?
Yeah, and mine was just like normal, right?
Weird.
And so we could stand there, and I could say, hey, Google, what's the temperature outside? And it would go, oh, well, it's, 100 degrees outside. And I'd go, thanks. And then she would go, hey, Google, what's the temperature outside? Well, hello, it's about this. And it would speak in its voice for her and tell her stuff.
Oh, my
instantly.
God.
But now it has just decided not to do that. So, like,
all right.
I could say, like, hey, what's on my schedule? And it would tell me my schedule. And then when she'd say it, it would tell her own schedule. Like, it wouldn't mix us up.
Weird.
But now she's like, can you turn on the light? And it's like, I don't obey you.
Yeah, fuck you. Sit in darkness.
Just does not care now.
Our Google has been dutifully keeping Richard informed of, like, his traffic on his way to work that he doesn't have to go to anymore. It's just like, 24 minutes is your commute time. Better get ready.
So does he say good morning to it?
No, I know that you can, like, set up good morning routines, and we both tried that at one time, but it was just... She just gives you too much. Like, I have mine set to, like, NPR News or whatever, and she'd be like, good morning, bombs have gone off in Syria, and 1,600 people are dead. That's not what I want to hear. That's not a good morning.
Here's the next 500 stories.
Yes.
My phone, about every couple weeks, will be like, hey, you could tell Google good morning and it will do all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't have to be anywhere. Thank you.
Yeah, I sit here in my house, Google. I don't need that. Thank you very much.
You know, I think that's what scares me about, like, building computers.
You're afraid you're going to put personality into it?
No, I don't know what to do with it. That I think if I mess something up, I'd never know how to fix it.
Yeah, it's a lot of wires in there.
Like, I just don't know. I just don't get it. Like, that 3080 card's coming out, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, it apparently has a new pin that it plugs in with. And I'm like, well, I don't fucking know. Now I don't want to buy it. I won't know how to put it in.
Oh, my God.
You're going from 8 to 12? What? What's that mean?
Do it.
I actually was proud of myself. This is one of the few things I did fix on my own. Because Sean helped me build this. And by helped, I mean, I just made him do it.
Yeah.
I was like, just do it, please. I don't know. And the whole reason that I got this case was that it had a headphone microphone port on the top, so it didn't have to be on the back of the computer.
Okay.
Because that's when I had my old headset.
That you had to plug in, like an animal?
Yeah, but it was easy to just plug it in, like, right here. Because, like, I'm looking at those ports right here.
Yeah.
I don't need to, like, go behind the computer and do all that shit.
Get a fucking flashlight, lay on the ground.
Yeah.
Like you're working on a vehicle.
So we build it, and those ports don't work. And I was like, that's the whole fucking reason I built this computer. Was to have those ports.
Yep.
Right? And I watched, like, 5 hours of YouTube videos trying to figure it out, and I opened it up, and I moved some wires around. And I fixed it.
All right.
It was the best feeling ever.
It is such a good feeling when you finally fix a thing.
But do you ever have a problem that was just a stupid mistake on your part, and you wasted all this time, and you go, oh, it's literally the easiest thing, I just wasn't looking?
You know what? I had a real stupid problem today. So we have a automatic cat feeder where you can program it to dispense like a certain number of meals at 4 different times throughout the day.
Okay.
Because our cats, like, whenever the bowl is empty, they get nuts, and
yeah,
it's just bad. So we have it programmed.
Hang on, real quick. Can I tell you what Toast fucking does when his bowl is empty?
Yes, please.
Do you know how he tries to make you feel so guilty? Do you know what he fucking does?
Does he give you, like, puppy dog eyes?
He licks the empty bowl. You could just hear him just, like, scraping this empty bowl with his tongue. It's just like, I have only but dust, because nobody loves me. And he just licks the bowl so loud. And it's like, dude, there's nothing in there. And he's like, I know. So I'm going to keep licking it till you listen. And he'll just lick that bowl, and it is the worst sound ever.
Daddy has forsaken me. I am a rail.
Why are they so vindictive?
Oh my god. No, when my cats, they only get hungry in the middle of the fucking night, and
okay,
this stupid okay, so we've had like some power outage issues in the past like few months.
Okay.
And we had them a lot last year before we got our solar panels, and now that we have like our solar panels and our brand new electrical panel, everything has been pretty much fine. We no longer have like brownouts. We would always have the kitchen itself would just stop working for some reason. All the switches in there fucked off. Yeah. Okay. But so in the past couple of months, we have started having them exclusive to the cat feeder, and I'm like, why is the cat feeder the only thing going down when the power goes out? Like, something has to be happening with it. And
okay,
I would get the alert because my cat in the middle of the night just will come stomp on my head and be like, excuse me, you need to wake up and go fill my bowl. Excuse me. Hello. Hello. And so I get up and go out there, and like, the power's fucking out again, but the power didn't actually go out. So today I finally figure it out. I'm sitting there, and I hear this like creaking noise, and my dear cat is behind me pulling the outlet out of the wall, like pulling the plug of this feeder right out of the wall. And it's not like out, but it's out enough to make it turn off, you know?
Yeah. So she's like, where's this magical power coming from?
I'm just like, why in the world are you pulling the plug on the thing that provides you sustenance? Don't you understand what this does for you?
The food must feed from the square in the wall. That's how it gets to this thing to feed to me. I want to know where that source is.
Like, why is this happening?
Oh my god, that's amazing.
It's very satisfying to finally see today, like, oh, it's not the power, it's the cat.
Like, I guess I'm glad Toast is just, like, a little too old to be that curious now.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, life is life, man. I don't have to worry about it. And your cats are like, but how does life work?
The cat's trying
Where
to get
does
a
this
fucking
stuff come from?
electrician's degree over here.
Oh my god. She's like, you see, it's not power outages. I checked the wattage. You're fine. The last time I had, like, a really bad problem that I couldn't figure out, it was with, like, really, it's just electronics. It's always electronics that suck.
It's always electronics.
So I was putting together, like, my surround sound for the TV and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this one thing just would never work. Like, it would never work. I traced wires. I would just sit and think, okay, this goes here, that goes... I should have drawn, like, a diagram or something, right?
Yeah.
And I could never figure it out. And it all came down to there's just one cord that I literally never plugged in. But I spent days trying to figure that out. Days, Kelsey.
Days.
I felt awful.
I mean, sometimes it's the simplest solution that you never think of.
I know. And that's why, because, like, you were telling me your access thing, and the first thing I thought was just like, oh, well, somehow it's duplicating the information. Don't know what to do with that, but that's the easiest solution.
Right? Like, I can see the problem. I just don't know how to fix it.
Do you guys do lynda.com?
Lynda.com?
It's Lynda. It's supposed to be free courses on, like, Word, Excel, Access, all these different things, and you can just, like, take all these classes and learn all the tips and tricks about all these different programs.
Linda, listen.
So maybe you should check that out, and maybe it's going to be, like, the first class. It's like, hey, one of the common problems is this, and you go, fuck. I didn't know that.
Is your database exploding in size and you can't figure out why I take this course?
Can like IT not figure that out?
No, it's not an IT thing. It's a me thing. I'm just gonna like dive in and figure out what the fuck's going on with it.
I wish you luck with that, because I know how intricate that can be. Like a really good Excel spreadsheet with formulas and stuff that are so detailed.
I love a good Excel spreadsheet.
I know how hard it can be to, like, pick apart the formula and go, oh,
yes.
well, there's where it's fucked up.
Sometimes it feels like a dungeon puzzle, when you're in a video game and you're like, what is the solution here? If I press these different buttons in this order and then I carry the torch over to this wall, maybe if I just fucking jump in the pit, that's the solution to this puzzle. I just don't know anymore.
Man, you know what is a problem that I wish I could learn to fix?
What?
2020.
Oh, fuck, man. We can't fix it.
I think that is the ultimate problem that no one can fix.
Well, we will keep trying. It's all we could do. One way we could fix 2020 is if you guys get out and vote. I know I've asked you several times in the past few weeks here, but I'm going to keep doing it until the election is done and over because it's very, very important. Go to vote.org, check your voter registration status, check your polling places, check your polling times. I know that Texas does vote early. I've got my date. I've got my place. I'm ready to go.
You got your place?
I've got my place.
Because I looked on ours, and it was like, to be determined.
Oh, shit. I should double check mine because I always just vote at the busted Blockbuster, the old...
Yeah.
It once was a Blockbuster, now it's the quote-unquote City Hall Annex.
Yeah.
So
I have a quick question about that.
Yeah?
We're telling people to go vote, all that stuff. How do you go about the person that you're going to vote for? Do you have a website that, like, lays out these views versus these views? Do you actually watch, like, the, like, debates and all that stuff? Do you actually, like, partake in them when they're happening? Or do you just take in info from a certain place after the fact?
I just try to Google the heck out of the candidates, honestly. Like, I look for policies and just what they're into, what they're passionate about, and make sure that I'm on the same page with them, Just
Okay.
my key issues and the things that are important to me. I want to make sure that they have the same aligned standards. If any of you guys out there have a website that you'd like to go to that has reliable information, if you want to link that to us, we can retweet it or tell us about it next episode, something like that.
Yeah.
Write in a listener mail with your voting resources. I would love to hear it.
I actually found the ballot. So one of the websites that I went to gave the entire ballot.
Nice.
So we were going to look up every single one, like railroad commissioner, like county person this, and like actually try to pick somebody right for every single role.
Yeah.
You know?
People think that they can just, select the president and that's fine, but you should really vote for every single role if you can. I mean, change happens at the local level, so you have to start small and vote in every single election, not just the presidential one. Vote in your midterms, vote in your city council elections.
Exactly.
Make your voice heard.
Are you ready to try to fix what we can with this?
Let's unplug this podcast.
Google the hell out of it. Please tell your friends about us, guys. Help us grow this audience. We've been getting some downloads lately, getting us a little excited. Don't forget to subscribe to us on your favorite platform so you never miss an episode, because we release weekly every Monday. When you got that work week coming and you're like, man, this is gonna suck, let us lift your spirits. And if you like what we do for you, take a second, go rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. That helps us big time, helps us get noticed to be able to reach more people and spread more good messages.
And while you're out there, you can find us and friend us on social media. We are at YMBTOAP on Twitter, Instagram, and now TikTok. Be sure to like and follow our Facebook page, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and Twitch. Do you want to go ahead and talk about the Twitch schedule?
You guys know October's gonna be big, and we've been nailing it down. You want to get into it?
Yeah, so we are going to be streaming, we've told you guys, every single Saturday in October. We're going to keep it a little bit of a variety. So our first stream, Saturday, October 3rd, we're going to be playing through the game Inside.
Because Kelsey will beat me if I never play it.
I've got to make him play it. October...
Oh yeah, this is the one I'm excited about.
Yeah, tell the people.
Okay, so on October 10th, the entire run of the second half of the Primal season should be done, and we're gonna do a big old excavation of everything we just watched live on Twitch.
Yes, so it'll basically be podcasting format, but on Twitch.
And I'm probably gonna cry.
Yeah, me too.
Just a quick heads up.
Get your tissues ready. Then October 17th, we're going to be playing through Doki Doki Literature Club, which I have played in its entirety, but Robert has not yet touched.
I have seen things, so I know about it, and I was curious enough to download it, but to date, I've never played a visual novel game all the way through. So this will kind of be my first one.
It starts out like a dating sim, and then it goes quickly off the rails. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Okay.
And then October 24th, we're going to be playing my favorite board game on Tabletop Simulator on Steam. It's called Mansions of Madness. It's a Cthulhu-themed board game where we're going to be solving mysteries, fighting monsters, fighting madness.
Okay. And this is the big one. Halloween, October 31st. Live for you guys. You get to watch me be giddy with joy as I present you PT in its entirety.
So I wanted to ask you, are we going to do a tight run, or are we gonna like extend this baby out and just showcase the fullness of PT?
A tight run is about 17 minutes.
Yeah.
So we can take some time and explore, see what we can see.
All
right.
right.
I know that there's like some cool things that if we just like beeline through, we'd never really see. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And I kind of want to mess up the end a few times, be able to see more of like her in the different areas that you can find her for like the last room. So yeah, we're gonna take that one a little slow. I'm not gonna do the insanely tight run because like there's a glitch for one of the rooms that you can just do it faster just by spinning around. But I won't do that to you guys. I won't do that.
All right, so please tune into Twitch every Saturday in October. We will be there for you. You can also email us at yimtope@gmail.com. We want your listener mail. We always want your listener mail about anything that you've got going on in your life. If you have a weird technological problem you can't solve, or even a personal problem that you can't solve, how does your cat tell you that the bowl is empty, etc., etc.
Sorry, I was taking a big swig of Dr. Pepper. I was like, oh, she's waiting for me.
Gulp, gulp, gulp.
Our theme song is The Grim Reaper Blows the Horn by Faraj. Please check him out on YouTube. He's always got some fantastic stuff on there. I don't know how he comes up with so many good tunes. And as always, thanks for listening, and tune in next time to get the answer to that burning question. Why did you let my bowl get empty?
But we had one more important sound we wanted you to hear.
Alright, I need you to go to a minute 40.
Minute 40. That's a bug butt. It is just.
Isn't it just so, like,
it's a bounce.
mesmerizing? I know.
It's
just so fluid.
It looks, you know those little grubs in The Lion King when he's like, slimy,
Yeah.
it's satisfying. It looks like one of those.
See, I knew you'd like him.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate the bug butt.